Let me start like this. Do you have any idea how many of these little things that I've killed mindlessly day after day without knowing what they were? A lot. Every time I chat with Sag or despair because I took another life for my silly little primo gems, I never asked why. Where did these goofy looking Bokoblin knockoffs even come from? Why do they exist? What did Elon Musk know that I didn't? Because of the Chasm quest, I found out. The events of the Chasm were mind-blowing, jaw-dropping, heart-wrenching, and it was all tied up in a nice little lore bomb package.
Do you want to come fish blasting with me?
Clee, no, I said lore bomb. Clee, lore bomb. Needless to say, after I saw what happened in the Chasm, I'm a changed man. I view hilichurls, no, all living things differently. They have value, they have meaning. Will I continue to take their lives for some silly little primo gems? Yeah, probably still. Kabe is coming out soon. Got to bring baby girl home, you know what I'm saying? Now, normally, I just post all of these playthroughs pretty uncut, let you see my raw reactions to all of the Genshin story. Today is a little different. I will be your interactive guide through the experience of the Archon quest within the Chasm. Mainly because I went to download the footage and it was only available in 360p for some reason. Look, normally I'm pretty good at keeping up with my files. Today I wasn't. So you're with me. Think about me as your interactive tour guide through Disneyland, or a hot teacher, or maybe your wildest fantasy and dream, because I'm so charismatic and I probably smell good. What were we talking about again? Dane's lift, that's right. Cheeks. Some call him Daddy Dane, not gonna say who. This was his reintroduction to the story, and it's been a while since we saw him last. Like, a long while, and within 10 seconds, we learned more about my missing brother than I had learned in the last year? More? Is this history between you and my brother? What actually happened between you guys?
We were travel partners. We both partook in a painful journey of searching for our fate. But regrettably, we did not make it to the journey's end together.
They were traveling companions? He didn't want to mention that. No, hold on. He didn't want to mention that before. He knew I was the twin from the first time we were in that little tavern with the guy.
As I thought. You really are similar to her. I'll take that 500 mora. And now I also understand your views on this world.
But as frustrated as I was about that, this was some good information to get, and also we learned a little bit more about his immortality curse. But more importantly than anything, just how I opened this video, this is the moment where despair hit me. I realized that the people of Conria were just the little guys that I slay on a day-to-day basis. What is wrong with me? What's wrong with you? This is all of us, by the way. You know, as I'm sitting here filming this, I guess we shouldn't feel that bad. I guess we're kind of like freeing them. But this is where the thing about the hilichurls hit me. And, well...
Indeed.
Yeah.
Do you know why hilichurls wear masks?
This is what I have asked so many times. You know how many times I've gone, what's under there? I'm not sure why they wear masks.
It's to hide their appearance, lest they catch sight of their reflection in a body of water.
They can't be that ugly. You are beautiful.
Compared to how they remember themselves, it is a terrible sight to behold. One that causes them great despair.
So the hilichurls are from Conria.
The curse of immortality denies death to those afflicted with it. And yet, it does not truly mean that they will never die.
So, you mean there's a way to undo it?
No. I mean that the body and soul will continue to be eroded until they are virtually non-existent. Even if death is not the form that this erosion
The hilichurls the form of
When
that.
the hilichurls realize that the end is nigh for them, it seems their instinct is to seek out a calm and dark corner of the world in which to finally say goodbye to the centuries of suffering they have endured.
This means I've killed thousands of citizens. They respawn, don't worry. Oh, true. You're actually, they can't die. They can't die. Oh my god, that's why they respawn! Shortly after this, Dane and I look behind us, and there is the sickest looking mini boss in Elden Ring I've ever seen in my life. Just standing there. Menacingly. And Dane's just sitting there like, did I go to high school with that guy or something? Do I know him? After a bit of climbing and a few puzzles later, we entered into a room that would send me into a crippling depression. If you look over to the corner, you can see 3 hilichurls sitting there, looking like something's coming out of them that ties into the plot of Kingdom Hearts and like the darkness or something. Shout out my boy Xehanort, by the way. Turns out they're in a lot of pain, like, and it doesn't stop because that's a part of the curse that Danezif has, but they're just hilichurls and they can't take their masks off because bad. This pain just does not go away. They continue to decay within the inside, and they stay alive forever, from what I understand. And as this hits my ears and I'm realizing it, man, I'm just feeling worse and worse about this whole hilly churl thing every day. What was interesting to me are the guards that stood by the hilly churls. They were defending them and watching over them. They even tried to like throw hands with us until big ol' Elden Ring mini boss showed up and went, hey, I might have gone to school with this guy. They were so determined to protect the in-pain Conrian citizens, proving how loyal they were as guards. Then Alphonse from FMAB walked away, and Dane's like, I did go to school with that guy. As a matter of fact, we served as guards for Conria before it fell. And I gave him the final order: protect the people no matter what. And thus we're given the name of the notorious Halfdan. Smash.
Halfdan?
I don't know who that is.
Whoa, what? You recognize him?
Could it be? If it's as I suspect, then this is a truly tragic state of affairs.
Dane?
You want to know why they were gathered here guarding the hilly churls, don't you?
Yeah.
It's because as far as the Black Serpent Knights are concerned, they're simply doing their duty.
Oh.
The one who ordered them to retreat just now, I suddenly recognized him.
Halfdan.
I knew him as a young man, an elite in the royal guard of old. His name is Halfdan.
Sag.
So, he's from 500 years ago too?
To this day, I still remember the final orders I, the Twilight Sword, gave to Halfdan on the day of disaster in Conria, before I made haste back to the palace. Inform all Black Serpent Knights to protect the people of Conria at all costs. Because we, of course, were royal guards. But this would mean nothing in the events that followed. Royals, gentry, common folk. These identities made no difference.
Protect the people.
Against the might of the gods, the only identity that mattered was being from Conria. These Black Serpent Knights have lost their intellect. But perhaps, in whatever remains of their minds, they are still protecting
That is so
the people
sad,
of Conria.
but also
If
such
you
loyalty.
see these ruins as Conria in the throes of disaster, and these hilly churls as the people crying for help, then suddenly I can make sense of what I'm hearing. Their growls are less of a threat and more of a warning.
Then, what are they saying?
Though it is barely discernible, I can just about make it out. They keep repeating a word from the old language of Conria. Run.
He delivered that voice line. Though we couldn't really understand what he was thinking, what he was trying to do at this point, we knew he was protecting the citizens, number one, and two, he was pointing to something bigger with his movement and body language. It's almost like this trapped soul was trying to scream out to us. So there we went even further, diving deeper into the dangerous chasm. I just kind of want to go hang out with Catherine. So from here, Dane starts talking about how this place makes him feel real good. Like it's a little relieving from that whole immortality curse thing. I'm like, that's great, man. Just stay here. That's awesome. He's like, no, we have to keep investigating. Leave no stones unturned. So that's what I did. And you know what I found? Hilly churls. Shocker, I know. All these hilly churls seem to be taking a pretty long nap. I see flowers. You know where else I see flowers? My head. They're from Conria.
How did that flower get this far underground? Did someone bring it in memory of the deceased hilly churls?
I know this flower. I've seen this kind of flower before.
Hey, now that you mention it, Paimon thinks it looks kind of familiar too.
It is the national flower of
Conria.
the Intivat. It once bloomed all over the nation. It would only last 2 weeks before wilting. But if you were to pluck one and take it out of Conria, the petals would stop growing and turn hard.
That's how it's remained
Only when
here.
it finally returned to its home soil would the petals grow soft once more and finally turn to dust.
That's crazy.
So the Intivat is a symbol for a wanderer far from home, signifying the tenderness of the homeland.
That's the flower I've been wearing in my hair since I woke up. It literally is!
So for this flower to get here, it must have been brought from...
But hold on, does Aether also have one of these? So this is a Lumine only thing.
Your Highness. So the proposal finally has your blessing.
He left it behind.
Focusing single-mindedly on confronting the heavenly principles, we neglected our original mission, the revival of the homeland. I should not have been so indecisive.
The device is almost ready. We await your command.
What are the chances of succeeding?
Theoretically speaking, approximately.
Forget it. Even a
Not that good.
1% chance is enough. For too long have we dwelt in the abyss. Surely they would rather return to the natural cycle of life and death as soon as possible than continue to exist as they are, without a shred of dignity. They cannot be made to continue paying the price for those so-called sins.
The Order is most fortunate to be graced with your decision.
The sounds. Oh. Oh, she could feel him. His lingering past.
Ether.
She could really feel that.
You saw something, didn't you? Can you tell me what it was?
That's my brother! Your old friend!
You zoned out for quite a while there.
You relate the scene you just saw to Dainsleif.
Well, people do say that twins have a special connection.
My wife's a trend. She
It
says that's
sounds
true.
as if they are attempting to make use of certain equipment to cleanse the curse. It could well be the device we saw earlier. And you say he mentioned the revival of the homeland, correct?
He said it was his mission.
No surprise there. Stubborn as ever. It
Who knows
appears
him
as
well?
if the Abyss Order plans to use this location to cleanse the hilly churls of their curse and restore them to the way they once were. Then, they will serve as the foundation for reviving the nation of Khaenri'ah. After all, there can be no nation without a people.
Do they have a chance?
It is the height of foolishness.
OST goes
They have
hard.
no chance of success, not even a 1% chance. I
Hey,
told you
any
already
1% chance is
that
what
no
Aether
one
said.
knows this curse better than I, having
only
lived
maybe-
with it for 500 years. There is no redemption. There is no undoing the curse.
In before.
Trying to remove it by force will achieve nothing but to inflict further suffering. So make sure you are clear in your mind. You have to tell yourself, they are no longer human.
I'm not gonna be able to
If you
think that
cling
though.
to false hope and allow yourself to become too emotionally invested, the only way is down. You will end up just like them, mired in hypocrisy. Save your strength for something worth saving.
Dang, man. You're an optimist today, aren't you? I'll tell you what. Why should I believe you?
Oh? But of course, I am merely someone you hired for a task, while he is your brother.
Fact.
It is only natural for you to side with him.
This is fact.
But whatever decision you make cannot deter me from mine.
Also
My
fact.
chosen path is to stop the Abyss. If we have reached an impasse, then perhaps this is where we should say,
I choose to believe you. But that doesn't mean I completely trust you. Just means that I don't approve of my brother's methods.
I see.
A 1% chance of redemption versus a 99% chance of suffering and death. Nobody has the right to make the choice for another living being's behalf. Especially not when these hilly trolls have already chosen the end that they desire.
It seems that the 3 questions I put to you on our first meeting were worthwhile. You have developed your own individual views on this world.
We've grown up.
Very well. Since you have volunteered your true thoughts on this matter, I shall not hide mine from you. Right now, I have a more immediate agenda than stopping the Abyss. That is to say, the Abyss's actions here directly dishonor the final wishes of Halfdan and my other compatriots. I cannot allow this to proceed.
I can understand that, but let's stick together for this one.
The Abyss may appear at any moment. Be on your guard at all times as we proceed.
POV, I see the abyss. From this point on, I wrote out a script to kind of like narrate the rest of the experience. But watching the footage back, it was just such a fun thing to live through. This is probably the portion of the quest that most people come to see in general, so I'll let it play out. But let me know what you thought about this commentary style kind of recap for the Chasm. But I guess I'm just gonna get some popcorn and like cry again with you. Yeah, I need to call my therapist one more time today. Oh, cutscene. Oh!
Look,
he looks so good.
Device.
It's too late. We're too late here. Oh! Oh, poor Healy Jones! No! Oh! Oh, it's affecting him too.
They're in agony. This is no way for them to meet their end. Find a way to stop that thing.
He can't launch forward. He's hurting. We gotta do it. That's his guy. Halfdan. He's fighting.
Halfdan, don't do it.
Halfdan's the GOAT! Oh. What a Chad!
I thought he would have been turned to ashes in an instant. Halfdan's soul is extraordinarily resilient.
Dude, that balls of steel.
Fool! Encumber us no more.
Shut your mouth, Lecter.
Don't you have a greater encumbrance to worry about? Come on. This is your grand opportunity to get rid of
Not today. Yeah.
Take him out and deactivate the device.
All right, we got one more mission to get through. Dude, Halfdan's the actual best. I'm so much stronger than you. Don't even understand. That's why I'm the GOAT. That's why I'm the GOAT right there. Look at that. Look at that. Got some shield too? I like got some shield. Your little itty bitty shield. Is that really gonna help you? And done. Nice.
What do we do now? The Abyss Lecter's gone, but the device won't stop.
Halfdan's absorbing all of it.
Halfdan.
Let me take his place. The cleansing won't have any effect on me.
No. As long as the device is active, the cursed are rendered powerless. Only you can take on the Abyss.
Okay.
If you value his sacrifice, then do not waste any more time here. See all these rays of light and portals? They must have installed several of these energy devices in various locations.
Okay.
Find them, quickly.
Okay.
So, we have to go through these Abyss portals? Hey! Wait for Paimon!
Paimon gets dragged in all this. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5. I'm going. Stop rushing me. Hold on. Oh, you good, man? Halfdan, I'm here, Halfdan. I came as fast as I could.
That's it, right? The device is fully shut down now?
The burning sensation has indeed stopped.
He's okay.
So, we managed to stop the Abyss Order's plan?
But Halfdan, he seems to have breathed his last. He's dead. He did what he could.
Let me check.
His sacrifice
Dane must be really upset.
for our survival.
Of all the ways to be reunited with one of his former comrades,
I mean, what a way to go out,
after
though.
So long. This is rough.
Let's go.
Dang. The pain in his voice. 07, everybody. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, give him a good old 7.
Light.
Wait! Buddy?
Apologies, Captain Dainsleif, Twilight Sword. Back then, I failed you and failed to protect our people.
No, man, you did good. You did good, buddy.
No. For 500 years, you have faithfully done your duty.
Wow.
To this day,
I am proud of you all.
Conria didn't fall, did it? Since you're still here.
Correct.
Yep. He let him pass on peacefully. He let him pass on peacefully. That's crazy.
So, no need to revive the homeland.
And that was pretty much the end. Dainsleif pretty much just like gave us no other information and left. What's new? We'll find out next time you and my brother had like a love affair or something. Who knows? But honestly, it's always a good time to see him and his butt cheeks. So I'm happy with the time we spent together. And if you've made it this far, I want you to know that I recorded this entire video with vocal effects on by accident. An hour of recording like this. Let me start with this. Do you know how many of these poor things I've killed for daily primo gems? And every single time someone is Pepe cried or despaired in my chat, I had no idea why. A lot of them. How could I be so blind? How could I never ask the deep questions? What does Elon Musk know that I don't?